Hi, everybody. You're listening to Radio Cherry Bombe, and I'm your host, Kerry Diamond, coming to you from New York City. We have a bonus episode for you today. I am chatting with Alex Snodgrass of The Defined Dish. She's a blogger, best-selling cookbook author, recipe developer, and mom. Alex is in town because she's attending the Fancy Food Show, a huge trade show here in New York. She has a line of sauces and vinaigrettes called SideDish, and she's attending to catch up with industry folks and spread the word about her products. I met Alex for the first time just the other week in Miami for the kickoff of our Supper Club series with Whole Foods Market. Thank you to everyone who joined us for the dinner. It was really such a beautiful evening. Alex was on our Supper Club panel, and I was so impressed to learn what she's built and created over the years. It all started when she was a new mom and realized she was taking care of everyone else, but not herself, something I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. We talk about her upcoming cookbook, her fourth, titled Everyday Eats, which is out August 25th, how she's built the Defined Dish over the years, her cookbook business, why she loves Ina Garten, why she wanted to get into the CPG space, and why her test for any recipe is, can I make this on a Wednesday night? Alex is so delightful and has such a big heart. I'm excited for all of you to get to know her. Stay tuned for our chat. By the way, we have 2 more supper clubs with Whole Foods coming up. One is in Paso Robles, California, taking place on September 27th, and one in New York City on October 29th. You can learn more and sign up for the waitlist at cherrybombe.com. The link is in our show notes. The team and I would love to see you. Today's show is presented by Whole Foods Market. At Cherry Bombe, we're always inspired by great ingredients, thoughtful sourcing, and the people behind the food we love. That's why we're excited to partner with Whole Foods Market. You Whole Foods fans out there know this, but Whole Foods Market is more than a grocery store. It's a destination for health and wellness. Their purpose is to nourish people and the planet, and that commitment comes through in everything they do. From supporting local makers, including so many founders and entrepreneurs in the Bombe Squad, to championing quality ingredients and responsible sourcing. I always discover something new when I shop at Whole Foods, whether it's a seasonal ingredient, hello strawberry season, an emerging food brand, or a pantry staple that quickly becomes a favorite. Whole Foods Market believes that paying attention to how food is sourced, grown, and raised can make a positive impact on our communities and the world around us. A philosophy that really resonates with us here at Cherry Bombe. For more, visit Whole Foods Market or WholeFoodsMarket.com. Now, let's check in with today's guest. Alex Snodgrass, welcome to Radio Cherry Bombe.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here.
I'm so happy. We're new friends.
Yes.
And now you are here in New York.
From Miami to New York.
Miami, but you are a Dallas gal.
Yes.
We were down in Miami for a really fun Whole Foods dinner. That was the most beautiful night.
It was absolutely stunning, truly. One of the prettiest events I've ever been to.
Oh, it really was. It was at a place called The Sacred Space, and we had a really nice focus on wellness, which is why you were one of the featured speakers. But I could have sat there all night.
Yeah.
There's so many things I want to talk to you about, but maybe we'll start with why you're even in New York. You are here for the Fancy Food Show.
I am here for the Fancy Food Show.
Is this your first one?
Yes. I've been to Expo West a few times, but this is my first Fancy Food Show.
And tell folks why you're there.
Really, we're here just to take some meetings with SideDish. We have a CEO, Reno. He's awesome. And he was like, I think we need to go and make some more connections and meet some people, because we're kind of at that part of SideDish where we only have raised money through family and friends and ourselves. And we're kind of at that cusp of like, are we about to kind of take on some more institutional money and stuff? So we're here to just make connections and meet some people and hang out with people with like minds and founders and all commiserate together.
Exactly. It's not easy being an entrepreneur. No. So Fancy Food Show is a massive food trade show. It takes place at Javits over, I don't know, it feels like 100 miles of space, and different companies have booths and things, and some of them have like entire pavilions. And I went once and it so scrambled my brain. I was like, I don't know if I can ever handle this again. Did you walk the floor?
No, I'm going after this. I'm just getting started.
So you have SideDish, your salad dressing brand. If you aren't a brand that's taken a booth or whatever, how do you participate?
There's a lot of different ways to do it. I feel like because I also have the Defined Dish, it's really fun for me as well just to go and find brands that I love to and meet those people. But there's also a lot of co-packers and 3PLs and things like that. So we'll meet actually have a meeting kind of first whenever I get there. We're working on a new product right now, and we have been going back and forth over email. So when we do go to a trade show, we try to sit down with them and button up some things too.
I didn't even think of that part of it, the co-packers. People always ask me for co-packer recommendations.
Yes, and retailers and different grocery store brokers. There's everybody in the food space is there. It's kind of wild.
Do you have to make all your appointments in advance, or are you just walking around hoping to meet these people?
We have appointments, and then on top of it, we'll kind of walk the floor and meet some people. And there's always new things that you'll find and new people that you'll meet and great connections to be made.
Do you know who's going to be there in advance? Is that how you make the appointments?
Okay. And I mean, again, I'm kind of newer to this world, so it's so intriguing. But Reno, our CEO, he's been in the CPG space for forever. We're really lucky to have him. He was at Truff before and Primal Kitchens before that. They all are buddies, and they communicate through like LinkedIn, like, hey, I'm going to be at booth whatever. Hey, I'm going to be walking the show today. And they all chat and get together, and it's like this crazy world, but it's kind of wild. But this is, again, my first fancy food, so we shall see. I've only done Expo West, it's incredible.
I heard Expo West is even bigger. Is that
massive?
True?
I mean, talk about overstimulation.
I might just have to pull it together and go one of these years. I keep saying I need to go to Expo West.
No, I always dread going, but then I leave and I'm like, I'm glad I went because I found new friends. I've made some new connections. I also found new brands that I can't wait to go home and buy. It's a doozy, but it's worth it.
Isn't it amazing how many new brands? It's like new restaurants.
Oh, I know.
It just never seems to end.
No.
It's so fascinating
I've
to me.
learned so much, and I'm still learning so much in the CPG space. It's, rattle your brain.
But also what it says about human creativity.
Yes.
That just because there are already so many Substacks, there are already so many cookbooks, there are already so many products, there are already so many restaurants, it doesn't matter. Like, people have this thing burning inside them that makes them want to bring their vision of whatever the thing is to life.
I know. And seeing the different ways that people bring their products to life. There's people that have no clue what they're doing. It's a family recipe. And, you're walking around and we're kind of somewhere in the middle. But just seeing how much heart and soul they're pouring into this and their own money to make this happen and go out there and just put themselves out there. It's so incredible. And it just gets you inspired to go home and work harder to make it happen, because it is very hard to make it in that space.
So you do have a product, which is something that differentiates you from lots of other folks in your space. There aren't a lot of people like you, but there are folks who have blogs, who've turned them into successful cookbooks, who have massive followings. That is you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But you also have a product.
Yes.
What made you decide you wanted to launch something in the CPG space, and why did you go with salad dressing?
Great question. Sometimes I ask myself this, but I wanted to do a product just because I felt like it went hand in hand. And I'd gotten an opportunity years and years ago to do a kind of more of a collaboration product. And whenever I looked at it from afar, I was like, well, I'm going to be making pennies and they're going to be making a lot of money, and then they're going to have my recipes. And I kind of took a step back and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do this right now. When we have the means to do this on our own, we'll try to figure it out. So fast forward about 5 years later, our business partner in SideDish, my husband and I's business partner, is James Bashara, and he is kind of an angel investor and a friend of ours. He's from Texas now. He lives in California. And he was like, I'll help you guys whenever you're ready, because I've done a couple products in this space. And so for me, whenever I am making recipes, I see that while people love to, get elaborate in the kitchen, at the end of the day on a Wednesday night, they could kind of use a little bit of help in the kitchen. A lot of people love an ingredient meal, is what I like to call it. You got your sauce, you got your protein, maybe some veggies, and you can put those all together. And so I kind of made this product to be bridging the gap. It can be on a salad, but also all of the dressings that I've made are very multi-purpose. They're marinades. Some of them you can even stir fry. There's a lot of different things to do with it. Now I know what I know. Sometimes making a product that has multi-uses means that you have to educate the consumer a lot, which in turn is a lot on us to figure out that messaging. And so we're kind of taking a step back right now with SideDish and really focusing on vinaigrettes, and people know how to use that, and just really keeping it more simple, because I think I overcomplicated it when I started it. And I've learned, that the hard way. And some of our products are just too expensive and the margins are too tight. And we're tweaking right now. And we have a new product coming out, which I can't share about yet. But
feel free to announce it on Radio Cherry Bombe right now.
Yes. But hopefully it'll be done by the end of the year or early next year. And it's been the product that's been on my mind the most. But I didn't know how to do it as a newborn baby in the CPG space. So now that we have Reno on our team, we brought him on our team. It's been a little less than a year. We are very fortunate to have him. He's very brilliant in the space. He's helping me bring that one to life.
Oh, I'm so intrigued. You left us on it's a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. I'll come back when it's out.
You have to. We forgot to mention that today is also your anniversary, your wedding anniversary. So you thought it'd be really romantic to take your husband to
a really fancy day at fancy
food. But you did go to dinner last night.
We did.
That's good.
We did.
Who's changing the game in food right now? Find out in the new issue of Cherry Bombe's print magazine. Our Game Changers issue celebrates the women who are moving the industry forward. Chefs, founders, innovators, and creatives who are breaking the rules, building businesses, and proving there's more than one recipe for success. Women like Substack star Caroline Chambers, The Bear's Courtney Storer, and superstar Padma Lakshmi. Inside, you'll find inspiring stories, candid conversations, beautiful photography, and the big ideas shaping the future of food. And of course, we also have a sampler of great recipes from the hottest new cookbooks. Subscribe today and get Cherry Bombe delivered right to your door. Or support a local bookstore, specialty shop, or newsstand and pick up a copy near you. Walk us through the product lineup.
So let's see if I can remember them all. We have a ranch. We have Chipotle ranch. We have creamy sesame, which is an OG and really yummy. I love that one. It's kind of like a peanut dressing style. We've got honey Dijon, Italian vinaigrette, champagne vinaigrette.
This is a test, listeners.
I know. This is a test for me. Italian vinaigrette, Greek, champagne, chili lime, apple cider.
Nice work.
I'm sweating.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's so impressive.
Yes.
And they're all salad dressings, vinaigrettes,
except for one specialty.
Okay.
We have a barbecue sauce that is stellar.
Ooh.
We did it in collaboration with, I don't know if you know Ronnie from Primal Gourmet.
I do not.
He's so much fun to follow. You should check him out. And him and I have always been friends in the space. And so we did a limited edition, it's only online, barbecue sauce that is exquisite.
I will check that one out. But the others sound great. Like the sesame one sounds right up my alley. Mm-hmm. That sounds so good. My friend Peter Som, I don't know if you know Peter, he was a fashion designer and did a beautiful cookbook last year, just shared a Vietnamese chicken salad recipe.
Yum.
I got to make that when it gets really hot this week. No ovens will be turned on later this week. I think we're going to hit like 103. But you, again, are in Dallas.
Yes.
So you are used to the hot weather.
I am. I'm used to hot weather, but I think the difference between a New Yorker is you guys have to walk everywhere and we drive cars and we stay in the AC or we're in a pool. When it gets hot outside, we don't mess with it. We try to stay out of it.
It's definitely not our situation here. I mean, just standing on the subway platform, sometimes you're like, did I die and go to hell?
Yeah, I'm frying for sure.
What is going on here? But today is a gorgeous day. Yes. You are lucky to be here today. How long are you in New York for?
We're doing 3 nights. So it's day 2.
Let's talk about you and this incredible journey that you have been on. I mentioned I was listening to some podcasts about you. You studied history.
Yeah.
You worked in real estate with your dad, which must have been so interesting. You started having children and you were suffering from postpartum depression. Mm-hmm. You realized you needed to take care of yourself.
Yes.
What was going on in your life at that moment, and how did you realize that? Some people never realize they need to take care of themselves.
You know, I think I was just kind of flailing and not knowing what was my next step. So I went to work for my parents have their own real estate firm, and it was kind of just always my path of like, I'll go work for the family whenever I get to that point. And so I did that, but it didn't feel like my place. And then I was like, okay, well, I had my daughter and I was like, I'll be a stay-at-home mom. And then that didn't feel authentic to me. And so I just felt like I just couldn't figure out, am I going to work? What am I going to do? I've got this history major. Like, what's my life? And I'm also a caretaker. I love to take care of everybody around me.
How many kids do you have now?
I have 2.
2.
I'm just the person that's always cooking and cleaning and helping take care of everybody. And I just wasn't taking care of myself. So long story short, I kind of started the food blog with my sister originally, and she was going to share fitness tips and I was sharing food tips. And it was really just a hobby at first. Really, she wanted to like get some more clients for fitness, but I was like, I'll share some food stuff alongside you just because I needed an outlet. And then I became obsessed. And
Did you always love cooking?
I did. And I grew up in a small town north of Dallas, and we didn't really have a restaurant. Like, there was a pizza spot and a burger spot whenever I was growing up. Now it's a big town. But home-cooked meals were just the norm for me, and I always took an interest, and I always loved to help my grandma, or like just the women in my life. I was always like, put me in, coach. What can I do to help? And so then I got to college, and then I was cooking for my friends, and then I was, exploring all these crazy recipes and making new things. And I'm always the person cooking and hosting and entertaining.
Who were you loving back then? Were you watching the Food Network?
Yes.
Did your mom have cookbooks?
I mean, I'm an Ina girl through and through. I mean, who is it? She's just the best.
That's true. Who isn't, people?
I know. She's an icon and a legend.
And if you're not an Ina girl, why are you listening to this?
Yes, please explain.
Why are you listening to this show?
Explain yourself. You learn all the things from your family or your friends or like the women in your life or the cooks in your life. I stepped back and I was like, okay, I've got all that down. I know all those recipes by heart. Now I'm going to learn from Ina. And I was like making her lobster paella like when I was in college. I was like really branching out. But it taught me new techniques.
I needed different roommates. My roommates were not making lobster paella.
I was a great roommate.
Sounds like it.
I know. That was one time.
Amazing.
Usually I wasn't getting that bougie, but I would every now and then be like, you know what? I want to make something kind of crazy just to learn how it's done. And so Ina and my mom and my grandmothers taught me how to cook.
Amazing.
Yes.
So you're doing this with your sister. Your sister eventually drops out.
Yeah.
And this becomes your project.
Well, that was kind of this turning point because I was like, well, I don't want to stop doing this because this is giving me joy. We were starting to get a little bit of traction. I'd say we had like 10,000 followers at the time, which I thought was mega. And I was so excited about it. So I was like, I don't want to just stop doing this. Maybe I can try to actually make this a career.
Whole30 played a role in this.
Yes.
Back when you were starting, Whole30 was a very, very big deal.
So I was introduced to the Whole30 because, again, my sister's in that food and fitness world, and she had done one. And she knew that I was struggling mentally and emotionally. And so she was like, hey, I think this will really help you just kind of clear your head a little bit and just hit the reset button. And so I did it. And Whole30, if you're not familiar with it, is a 30-day protocol where you're basically removing a lot of things that are typically inflammatory, and then you reintroduce them and kind of see how your body reacts to it. So I did it. And I think what the Whole30 did for me is not only did it make me more aware of like the ingredients that I was buying and cooking with, you have to kind of dial in and take care of yourself for 30 days and think ahead and prep a little bit more. And it just kind of set off this ripple effect in taking care of myself. Now, I also love food too much to eat grilled chicken and broccoli for every meal. So when I say I pushed the limits on the Whole30 like diet plan, I was making some crazy stuff. I remember at one point being like, I'm craving gumbo. I'm going to figure out a way to do it. So when I was sharing that, everyone was like, oh, I could do that. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I love flavorful food. And so I was able to, it was such a fun creative outlet to be like, how can I make this delicious? And so I figured out a way to do it. So I started to share some Whole30 or Whole30-ish recipes during that time. And the Whole30 was huge. This is part of the reason why I grew so much. A lot of people are like, how did you grow? So I got invited to do a Whole30 recipes takeover. They have two accounts, Whole30 recipes. And they would let people come over for 1 week and take over this account and share recipes. I planned it out like it was a cookbook. I had a bulletin board because they had, over 100,000 followers. I'm like, this is a good opportunity for people to find me.
Was it like one of those CIA movies with the strings and the pictures?
Me. And I took it so seriously. I dialed in. I'm like, this is a great opportunity. Like, when else am I going to get this many eyes on me to come follow me? And I made all these recipes. I planned for it for weeks, and I crushed it. And everyone was like, that was epic. I think I took it too far, actually. The Whole30 was like, maybe don't share that many recipes. I was like, you never gave me a limit. I went full steam ahead. And so a lot of people came over, and then from there it was just word of mouth. They were like, oh, this girl's got great recipes. And I think it was a trickle effect. My first book was endorsed by Whole30. They did a series of endorsed authors. And I think it was their third or fourth author. And so when I wrote that book, I was still a little baby. But I was like, again, I took it very seriously. I'm like, this is my opportunity to show everybody that I can do this, because my goal in life was to write a cookbook at some point, and that's my favorite thing that I do within all my avenues of my business. I love writing cookbooks. And so when I did that, I took it very seriously, and it was a bestseller, and it sold great.
New York Times bestseller.
Yes. And so I was able to, from there, get a great literary agent, and I've been able to write books. I've been so grateful
I just got goosebumps now. Book 4.
And book 4 is coming out in August.
So amazing. So you really threw yourself into doing that first cookbook.
Yes.
When you look back at the person who was doing that first cookbook, what are you like, oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I do that?
You've done a cookbook, so I know you know this. You're going to die when you hear this. So I obviously didn't have a big advance. They gave me a stipend to help to write this book.
A stipend?
And
that's the first time I've heard
I
that.
food styled, prop styled. I cooked every single recipe in my kitchen. And my friend Kristen, who still shoots my books, other than the last one because she was having a baby, Kristen was there, and we just hammered through it in this little window, no studio, no lights. Like, we did it, and on the scrappiest way you could ever imagine. And now, obviously, my books are studio produced, and I have all these team players. I will never do a book like that again, but I'm so grateful I did wear all the hats for that book, because that first book, like, it could make me cry. I have so much blood, sweat, and tears that I put into that, and I was like, this is my time. I've got to just prove to everybody. And I also think what I did that worked is I constantly reminded myself as I was writing these recipes, am I just trying to show off, or am I actually creating a recipe that I know people will cook? I would check myself each week. Are these recipes doable, or are they me just trying to be cool?
Give us an example. Like, are you talking about a recipe that's just really challenging and hard?
Yeah, or just, I think sometimes, and maybe this is just me, that you get an opportunity and you almost feel a little bit like you don't deserve that opportunity and you're not good enough. And so you almost over placate that, like, you know, I didn't go to culinary school. I'm not a chef. And like, there are people for some really awesome, fancy recipes. That's not what people come to me for. That's not who I am. That's not authentic to me. And so I have to remind myself, people like these recipes and they come to me for these types of recipes. And while I might have a little bit of imposter syndrome because I'm not, you know, the most eloquent of chefs, I do have the home cook area down to a science. And I just constantly remind myself, can someone make this on a Wednesday? That's my, like, a rule of thumb that I ask myself after I make a recipe. Or am I just trying to prove to this other world that isn't my world that I'm up to par with them? You know what I mean? And that's not who I am.
Make this on a Wednesday is such a great North Star.
Yes, that's my North Star. That's a good way to put it.
Looking back at that woman who did the first book, and now you're on your fourth book, what's different about book 4?
Well, it's so funny.
And what's different about you?
You know, I've obviously learned a lot along the way. Book 4 is, again, I was like, I got to stick to my roots. And that's kind of hard after you've done 3 books of, like, how do I still do what my core is and make it a little bit unique, but also not try to just do something different for the sake of doing something different. And so I think what book 4 is different about than the other ones, I have a breakfast chapter, kind of like make head meals. It's definitely not a meal prep book. I'm not a meal prepper, but I do like to on Sundays have a little setup session. I call it my Sunday setup, where I will maybe prep my breakfast for the week, maybe make a chicken salad or a tuna salad for the week, things to grab and go, some healthy, like, little energy bites. But then I'm cooking dinner still Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, and I kind of map those out. I have this little thing, and my family knows, like, basically like my menu for the week. So this book kind of showcases how I cook for my family at home, and it brings in some of that preppable element for the week while you still get those simple weeknight dinners that my other books have as well. And I'm a crazy person. I'm already working on book 5. What's crazy is I was talking to my husband about this last night during our anniversary dinner. It, like, makes me want to cry. I'm like, I am born to write cookbooks. Like, this is my thing, and it makes me so happy. And yes, I have SideDish that brings me joy, and I have my food blog that brings me joy, but nothing is more rewarding than creating a book from start to finish to me.
This makes me so happy for you.
I love
can see
it.
In your eyes, you're kind of welling up.
I love cookbooks.
You are Ina. You're like,
I'm not, but you know what? She will forever be my inspo.
Are you doing a cookbook tour?
I am.
Tell us about the tour.
Oh, man. It's a long one.
Have they gotten more involved with each book?
You know, what I've just realized with each book is the type of events that people like to see from me. And so we've just been able to dial in the processes on all aspects of creating a book to publishing it to also the book tour elements of it. So usually we try to do a conversation in a city, but also have like food bites and drinks because it's a bunch of like-minded people in a room and they make friends with one another. I mean, you know this better than anybody. And so I really want to create the environment where they're not just coming to wait in line. And like, yes, they might meet the person behind them, but it just kind of creates that energy where they can all bond and make some new friends and talk about food because we're all there because we love it. And so the book tour kind of reflects that. But I'm going kind of all over the U.S. I love it. It reminds me of my why, and it gets me so excited to go back home and make another one because you hear from so many people about the way that your recipes have changed their lives and their world and made them love cooking, or, you know, it's brought their family together when they were going through hard times. And it's just, you're like, this is why I do what I do. And so being able to meet a community that's not just virtual and in person is a really special thing. So I love book tours.
You clearly have such a big heart, Alex.
Oh, thank you.
What is your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Get it out. You're a Scorpio.
I'm not a very, like, all the things that my husband and I are a week apart, and he is a quintessential Scorpio, and I'm really not.
Yeah, I have dated a few quintessential Scorpios, and you were giving
I'm married to one.
You were giving total Pisces vibes, and I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
So I was like, this girl's got to be a Pisces.
No.
How funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unconventional Scorpio.
So the book tour, how many cities?
Oh, I want to say 10.
Okay. And do you have somebody who helps you
Yes.
with the planning of that?
So I have Katie on my team. She's like my ride or die right-hand woman. She's COO of Divine Dish and all things. She helps tremendously. I have a manager, Denise. She helps kind of bring in some partners to make the events a little bit more special. And the publisher, of course, will bring the books to the party.
Who's your publisher?
HarperCollins.
HarperCollins.
Okay. Really, William Morrow.
Got it.
Under HarperCollins.
Okay.
I'm doing an event with Crate and Barrel in Chicago, and then they're also doing a dinner at one location that has like a restaurant.
Oh, yeah. They have a lot of people don't know that they have a restaurant.
It's pretty awesome. My last book, we did an event there, and they did a fantastic job. So I'm very excited about that one.
I noticed that you still have your blog, and it's still in a fairly traditional form. You have not jumped to Substack or one of those platforms yet.
You know, there's a little angel and devil on my shoulder always like, you should do Substack. I do still have my website, and it's definitely one of my most consistent revenue and my most consistent income source. The other ones come and go, and they, you know, are kind of all over the place. So I will always have my website. What's tricky about jumping over to Substack is how do I, you know, bring something to the table, literally and figuratively, that is offering something different for people to come to me for. And I have ideas around that, but it's really just dedicating the time and energy that I would want to something like that to make sure that it is a valuable thing for some of my community to come join me on. I love Substack. I think it's awesome. And it's definitely top of mind right now, but it's really just kind of refining like what I want to do over there that's different than what I'm doing at the Divine Dish.
Substack has so taken over the conversation. I think people forget that there are, you know, thousands upon thousands of blogs out there that are still very popular.
Yeah.
How do you monetize the blog? Is it from partnerships and advertisers?
So basically my revenue streams are, I do have sponsors and stuff on like social media and paid partnerships. But with my blog, I have an ad provider on there. So it's all the annoying pop-ups that everyone has to see. That's how I get paid for the free recipes, guys. Please don't hate me.
Don't curse the pop-ups.
Yes. I definitely dial them back. You could make more money by having them ramped up more. So I'm like, you know, pretty moderate, I'd say. It's a consistent form of revenue for me. Now, each year that goes down a little bit more because these blogs are with AI coming out, and it's this whole world that we could talk for hours about.
Just so folks know what you're talking about, the whole search world has been thrown,
yes,
you know, upside down because of the popularity of AI. And when you search something, often it's the AI summary that comes up first, not a link, for example, to your site.
Yes. So
and you're noticing that impacting your traffic?
Yes. Not terribly, but I do think it is a scary thing and definitely on the horizon. And I'd be dumb not to think outside of the box now that that is starting to happen. Because before, it's always kind of like, okay, I can't put all my eggs in the social media basket because you never know what's going to happen with that world. And so I've always been kind of kept the definedish.com as my mothership, knowing that I could create that consistency there and people can always find me in this crazy world. And so that's kind of always been my mindset from the business perspective. But now I'm kind of like, well, might need to have to pivot. And a lot of my creator friends that are very heavy on like blog and SEO, and that's kind of their sole monetization, they're very frightened right now and worried about it. And they're all talking a little bit more about Substack behind the scenes. So we shall see. But
do you have a newsletter?
I do have a newsletter, which just drives traffic to my website. I've really been putting a lot more energy into them. And so usually on Sundays, I send out a newsletter called Dinner is Done. And it's basically like meal planning for everybody. And I have a grocery list. And there's a lot of value in the newsletters. But right now, there's no paywall for that. So I would basically be kind of pivoting over and putting a paywall up for some of that stuff.
I get the sense just talking to you that it would be painful for you to paywall your content.
It's so hard because I've been doing this for so long a certain way, and I don't want my community to be disappointed by making changes. And so it's definitely top of mind of making sure that they're happy. But I also need to like make sure that it's, that I can do this for longer. So I just have to be really mindful about how I do it. And so right now it's still working. But it's definitely something I need to continue to keep top of mind and think about how I might need to rework it. And I do have some great Substack ideas that I know that my community would eat up. Literally all my puns today. But I just, again, want to make sure I can put the time and energy into doing it the right way and making them super happy. So,
well, it seems like Define Dish sort of happened because it was just something you needed in your life at the time. Mm-hmm. But ever since, you've been very smart and strategic. Yeah. About how you've done everything. So I'm very excited to see what you do next.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been a fun journey. I'm very grateful to get to do what I love. And that's the crazy thing. And I think a lot of people that are entrepreneurs and get to do what they love, you have to check yourself and make sure that you don't lose the love of what got you started. So along the way, there's been some trials and tribulations, but I think we can always step back and pivot, and I've been able to do that. And I'm very grateful to continue to share what I love, and I still love doing it. So
let's talk a little bit about social media. I was looking at your social earlier. You seem to do a mix of video and still imagery, and you do that thing where it's like, say chicken, and I'll send you the recipe. That's so big right now.
Don't you love it?
Or whichever,
For
send
sure.
the recipe.
Yes.
What platforms are you on or not on? And what's your take on social? Because it's evolved a lot over the past year.
I mean, I could go cross-eyed talking about this one, but it has evolved a lot, especially like when I started, it was just like a still image, go find the recipe, all is well.
Life was so easy.
Now we got to put on flaming hula hoops and dance around and cook in the kitchen. So it's kind of wild, but I will say I'm on pretty much all of them, but I will say mostly Instagram is where my community is. I am still figuring that out. I actually just hired a new social media manager because I feel like I have whiplash, and it's like, how can I create the recipes that I'm excited to create and share them where they're still seen and cooked, and trying to like bridge that all together. And as soon as you figure it out, it changes again. So I just think it's tricky. But again, the mini chat, or like what you see, the comment chicken, is a way for people to easily access the recipes, and it drives them to my website, which is still ultimately my goal as a business, is to get people on my website cooking my recipes. I am the girl with the comment chicken thing, and I don't put my recipes in Instagram because I feel like they get lost, and that doesn't drive revenue for me. I'm shipping them over to the TefineDish.com, and we're the full recipe. Plus, I write them out in a way that I have them tested. I'm very meticulous about how I make my recipes, even if they're really simple. They're always tested, and I have them written in a way where they are foolproof. And sometimes you have to like shorten them, and I'm like, I refuse to do that because I want to make sure this works in everyone's kitchen. So
stick to your standards.
Yes.
How are you feeling about reels and being in front of the camera?
It's definitely weird. I'm okay with being in front of the camera, but it's definitely one of those things where it's a little bit less authentic for me to show up and be like, let's cook, So it's trying to find a way of like, how do I still feel like myself and not sell my soul to the social media devils? You know what I mean? And so I think at the end of the day, I'm okay with a steady growth rather than virality over at my page, I think my community would be like, what is she doing? You know, like we've been around for a while. I've been around for a while and I have a connection with them. And it's like, I also want it to feel authentic for all of us to come over to the Divine Dish and not a place of like, oh, she's just trying to, you know.
I love the flaming hula hoop analogy. Don't you feel like we all have to put on the flaming hula hoop though?
We do. And I think at the end of the day, there's some people that are really good at video content and like that's their bread and butter. It's really not mine. I think at the end of the day, I'm more of a recipe developer and cookbook author than I am a video girly. And I know that about myself. So while I will try to keep up with the times, it's probably not going to be my forte, you know, and I'm okay with that. I do think also people are craving things to feel more real again and not so fancified on Instagram and Reels. And so I do kind of see that pendulum swinging back. And I always am hopeful for the pendulum to kind of swing back to being a little bit more authentic and natural rather than like, we got to have studio lights, camera, action, and overproduced.
We've set out a lot of things, and I'm so grateful now that we did, like, you might not remember, but the great Facebook Live craze.
Oh, yeah.
From years ago. I remember being on a panel. This was pre-pandemic, and I think they chose me because I was the only media company not on Facebook Live, and it was all these other folks, and they were spending a fortune on Facebook Live. And I forget which company it was, maybe like, I don't know, Food 52 or The Kitchen or somebody. And they had dozens and dozens of employees just working on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And then it got up to me and they said, how many employees do you have working on Facebook Live? And I said, 0. And the whole audience started laughing, but not like with me, at me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, geez.
Yeah. No, it's always something crazy.
And then Facebook Live, who even knows what that is anymore?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Right.
I keep waiting for Instagram Live to come back.
I know. Those were kind of fun.
I seem to be the only person.
No, I'm with you actually on that bandwagon.
Because it was so spontaneous.
Yeah. One of my friends, Gabi, still does an Instagram Live every week. Do you know Gabi Dawkins?
Oh, yeah, of course.
She does an Instagram Live every week. Her community loves it.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah. I remember Sophia Rose so well. I don't think she does them that much anymore, if at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was always fun. And then especially when you just stumbled on it serendipitously.
Yeah, for sure.
That was great.
Yes.
Book 4, Everyday Eats.
Yes.
What is a favorite recipe in Everyday Eats? What do you want to see everybody make?
Well, probably my personal favorite is in the seafood chapter. The title is Brothy Saffron Fish over Rice.
Yum.
I love like a warm and cozy brothy situation and you just poach the fish in it. And it's simple. It sounds fancy, but it's just really good. That's one of my personal favorites that I'll say today.
I love a poached fish.
Me too.
It sounds so complicated.
The easiest way to
And then
fish.
your apartment or your house doesn't smell like fish.
So true. And then you got a gorgeous like sauce underneath there. So that's one of my favorites. There's so many more like that. There's a lot of...
That's a good reminder. I finished all my saffron. I need to order some saffron from Diaspora. Yeah. They have the most beautiful saffron.
Oh, lovely. Love it. No, it's a fun one. You'll have to try that.
And what kind of rice? Whatever rice you want.
Mm-hmm. Basically just poach the fish, get your nice brothy situation and ladle it over rice. And it's all done in one pot other than the rice.
Sounds so good.
What's another favorite of mine in the book? Whenever people ask me that, I'm like, it's like picking a favorite child. I know.
We're so annoying with the interviews, making you pick just one or two.
I know. Okay. There's some really good ones in the pasta section. And my kids, so I will say like the one that I'm making a lot is a skillet baked ziti because my kids love it. So my personal favorite is the brothy saffron fish. But I'd say the family favorite, which I think is going to be one of those that a lot of people make a lot, is the skillet baked ziti.
Oh, I love baked ziti. My mom always, she's still alive. This makes her sound like she's not alive. Sorry, Mom. Yeah. But my mom always used to make baked ziti.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's a good tried and true.
Yeah.
So I always had it growing up too. I made it, a little bit more simple in the skillet, pop it in the oven, let it finish. And it's a fun one for a Wednesday.
Can I make it on a Wednesday? Yes. That could be your next book title.
I know. That's true.
Don't anybody steal it.
Yeah.
Belongs to Alex. All right, let's do a little speed round. What beverage do you start your day with?
Coffee.
How do you take it?
I add a scoop of protein and put a little cream in it and blend it up.
And blend it up?
Well, the little
gadget.
The whisker thing. You know what I'm talking about?
One of the whiskers.
Yes,
okay.
One of those
whiskers.
Things. I don't know what you call that.
The whisk. I just called it a whisker.
It's one of those,
electric.
Like a foam.
Like
whiskey thingies. Yeah, it gets kind of frothy.
Yeah.
but I always drink it hot.
I like how we use so many technical terms to describe that piece of equipment. So you use that. Interesting. Because I find I use collagen and it gets clumpy on the bottom.
Yes.
So
that
really helps it not get clumpy.
You need one of those.
Interesting.
Whiskey thingies.
Okay. When I owned a coffee shop, we had a special whisk for matcha.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that's kind of cheating when you don't do it with the bamboo thing, but we were making so many matchas in the morning. It was just insane.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a great tool for matcha also.
Yes. Well, and nothing's worse than when you go to drink your coffee and there's a clump.
That's true.
I'm like,
there are worse things, but that's up there with them. You put protein
I do like
powder in
a
there.
Scoop of protein.
Is there
like just
kind
unflavored?
you like?
I use the Be Well by Kelly unflavored. It blends the best. I've tried a few.
Because I get so confused when I see all those products.
I know, but collagen's, it's the same difference.
Yeah, I stick to Vital Proteins. I feel like that one has emerged as legit. Even Vital Proteins has so many options now. They had like a advanced one I noticed the other day with vitamin C and some other stuff. And I'm like, do I need that?
We don't. So many things. So many things.
So many things. What's always in your fridge?
Pickles. I love pickles. So do my kids.
Do you make them yourself?
No, I don't. I mean, sometimes in the summer when I have a lot of cucumbers, I'll make
pickles.
Some pickles.
Are fun to make.
They are fun.
Yeah, they're so easy.
Even like pickled jalapenos.
And you think you're a genius.
I'll do all that. Yeah. Yes. Eggs, some deli meats, lots of condiments. I love a condiment. We have gochujang, we have miso paste, we have a lot of side dish.
I was just going to say you've got all the side dishes.
All of the dressings. I'm like thinking about my shelves. And then lots of pickles and like kimchis and sauerkrauts and stuff like that. So,
what was your favorite food as a kid?
That is a good question. I love soup. I'm not going to lie. I'm still that girl that like can eat soup in like 104-degree weather. My husband's like, this is diabolical. But my mom would make, it's actually my first book. It was like a celery soup. It was like an Italian celery soup. Her family's Italian. It was basically a minestrone soup, just heavy on the celery. And it's really good.
Soup. You are the first person who said their favorite childhood food was
chili.
Soup.
I love any kind of soup or stew. Any broth.
Now I know why you brought up the brothy fish.
I know. And I have a couple recipes in there. It's like brothy something. I'm like, I can't help it. I love brothy things.
I see all these future books. If you do pull an Ina and do a book every 2 years, you've got.
Yes.
Can I make this on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Brothy things.
Brothy things cooked on a Wednesday.
Exactly. What's your favorite snack food?
Snack.
Are you a snacker?
I am. Chips and salsa. Or if I have a tuna salad or chicken salad in there, that with some salty crackers. I love that as a snack. Those are probably my two go-tos.
Yeah.
Or chips. I'm a salt person. I'm not like a big sweet tooth. Love sweets, don't get me wrong. But I could eat a bag of chips over a couple cookies any day. Jalapeno chips, preferably.
What's your most used kitchen implement or tool?
My brazier. Not really a tool. And then also immersion blender. I love my immersion blender.
I need to buy an immersion blender.
Oh my God, we're going to get you a whiskey
I know. I've wanted one for a while. And they're just like bigger versions of each other.
They are.
Right?
They are,
I don't
for
know
sure.
why I don't
but
own
like
any
sauces
of them.
and dressings and just being able to use
So
that
a
as
brazier, that's like a big...
I like the 3.5 quart. I'm very specific about this. The 3.5 quart, kind of wide. It's almost a pot, but it's almost a Le Creuset or like a Dutch oven. It's somewhere in between. I just feel like for all the dinners that I make, I use that the most.
Brand do you like? Because there's so many options out there.
I like Stobe stuff.
They're a great brand.
I just think it like cooks a little bit better whenever you cover the lid and locks it in a little bit more than some of the other brands.
Okay, good to know. Are you streaming anything right now? You're busy.
Yeah. No. You know, in the summer, I really do try to disconnect a little bit. And my family, we're about to go on our big family vacation. We go for about a month to Kauai every summer. So
that's nice.
After I get home, packing for that. And then I love it. I like kind of clock out and I go to the fish market every day. I go to the farmer's market. I just can cook to cook, not cook to recipe develop. And it's a good break and reset for me. And then
that's
it makes me excited to come home and I'll like be on the beach writing ideas of recipes to make when I get home.
That's an amazing tradition.
Yes, it's fun.
Wow. How'd you wind up going to Hawaii?
The first time we went to this part of the island, it's Honolulu Bay. Have you ever been to Kauai before? Mm-hmm. Was for a wedding. One of our good guy friends married a girl that grew up going with her dad every other summer, and he grew up going with his dad every summer. And so we went for her wedding, And she introduced us to the island, and we fell in love with it. And we were like, we should bring the kids here one day. So 5 years later, we took the girls, and now we've been going every summer. And at first it was like a 2-week thing, or really like a week-long thing. Then it turned to 2 weeks, and now we have friends there. We love it. We've invested in a coffee shop.
Did you really?
Are there, go to the Haven. Our friend Melania, it's amazing.
Is it female-owned?
Yes.
Wait, tell us about this coffee shop.
You would love her, actually. When she's in New York, you should be here.
It's called Haven?
It's called the Haven, and it's on the way. It's past Honolulu. If you keep going down into Hyena, if you blink, you would miss it, truly. It's so small, but it is delicious coffee, and it is really a haven in the middle of nowhere as you're driving out there. And she was like, people are going out to do the hike, and there's nothing here, and it's kind of like the last stop for people going to the beach or going on this hike. And so she grew up on the island. She was like, I have this dream. And long story short, we had become friends with her. And so we're able to support her in that. And we're obsessed with that. I can't wait to go get my first cup of coffee from her.
What else do they have there?
They have coffee matcha. And then she also teams up with some local bakers, and they'll have scones. And she has this pretzel, so random, with this like mustard dip. That's so good. So fun things that you could also grab and go to the beach. But really, it's just stellar coffee.
That's so cool. Look at you, entrepreneur.
I know.
Bestselling cookbook
you meet
author.
Random people and you're like, you know what? I love that.
Angel investor.
Yes.
This is great.
Yes.
Okay. So you're not streaming anything. You're not watching any series right now.
Oh, I thought you meant like me streaming something like on YouTube. No, I'm watching a bunch of trash right now, to be honest. I'm a big reader. I have a book club, and actually my book club centers around, it's really fun. I'll send you some of this. But basically what I do is we have a book club or book, and then afterwards I'll make a menu based off the book. And my audience is really loving watching them, because even if they're not reading the book, they're like, oh, we can host a dinner party and just use that menu. And so I make these elaborate menus kind of around the themes of the book, and it's super fun. And so I'm a big reader, love cooking recipes after I read said books.
Do you have an official book club?
No, I don't. But that's a Substack option.
Oh my gosh, totally.
Yes, for sure.
What's on your summer reading list?
Right now I'm reading this adorable, cheesy, but amazing little summer romance, a little steamy. It's called The Paradise Problem. Very much enjoying it. And before that, I just finished Strangers by Bill Burden.
Tough one.
I know. That one was definitely more bleak. And then there's another new Carly Fortune book. I can't remember. I think it's called Our Perfect Storm. That's what my book club is doing. So I'll read that at the end of my trip before I come back, because we'll meet and talk about it.
Very cool.
But we always kind of go, we do a little bit of everything in the summer. We always try to pick like a true summer romance book to just enjoy together. So it's been fun.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we need to share your summer reading list.
Yes.
Actually, we should probably like get everybody's summer reading list, like all our
For sure, we need all the recommendations.
Exactly. I've got to figure out mine. Usually I have a stack of like 20 books.
Yes.
That I drag with me to Maine, and I read one of them.
Well, my favorite category is historical fictions, but I guess it's the history major in me.
I love a memoir.
Yes.
That's my thing. Dream travel destination.
I am dying to go to Japan. Everyone's going, and I feel like I'm missing out. And I just am dying to go.
99% of the people who are on the show say Japan.
Yeah, and then also I really want to go to Vietnam.
Vietnam's so beautiful.
So those are like the two top of my list right now.
Yeah, my favorite food in the world.
I know.
Vietnamese, yeah.
Have you been?
I have a few times. Beautiful place, beautiful people.
Yes.
Yep, all the things. Okay, let's hear the last question. If you had to be trapped on a desert island with one food celebrity, who? Oh, I know. We all know your answer. Duh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who would it be and why?
Ina, for sure. I love her so much. And I think she's a calming presence. She'd make great food. We could drink wine together and just chill on the island.
Ina's the best. And so are you. I'm so happy you came on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm such a big fan. So this is an honor to be here with you.
Thank you. Well, it's been so nice getting to know you. And I'm so blown away by what you have really built from scratch.
Thank you.
And this media empire you've created for yourself.
Thank you so much.
And no doubt, book 4 will be a huge hit.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait till it comes out. All right. And have fun in Hawaii.
Thank you. I will.
That's it for today's show. Our theme song is by the band Tra La La. Thank you to City Vox Studio in New York. Our producers are Catherine Baker and Jenna Sadu. Our executive assistant is Bridget Pittman. And our head of partnerships is Rachel Close. Thanks for listening, everybody. you're the bomb.